All right, we ready?
Here's to Rockford, Montgomery County, Arlington, and go for it! Ready?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, this you crazy mother.
It's Monday morning, January 4th. The first full work week of the new year has officially begun. It's time to get rocking. 2016.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening?
But last night I went through my email and made myself a to-do list so I could wake up today knowing the things I have to get done and get cranking on. I haven't gone through all my email yet. I'm sure the list will get longer. So when I start work each day, I identify the 2 or 3 things I know have to get done that day. Also on Monday, I look at my week and try to decide the same thing. Those 3 things for me this week are the final prep work for a large convening of multiple communities out in Philadelphia early next week. 2, I have an important call regarding big picture strategy for San Diego in 2016. 3rd. What is 3rd? See, this is why I make a list. The 3rd thing is Honolulu. After I go to Philadelphia next week, I go to Honolulu the next week, and since I'm in Philadelphia next week, I need to make sure that I've done all the prep work this week for when I'm in Honolulu so that we have everything set. So those are my big 3 focuses: San Diego, Honolulu, Philadelphia. Let's do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Working my way down my list. Looks like we got the call with Sacramento scheduled for this week, which is great. The battery died on the camera, so I didn't get a lot of the afternoon. But what I can tell you is that it was an incredibly boring day in terms of watching what I'm doing, because it was just a mixture of phone calls and email, most of which were important. But it was a good day. Let's look at my list. A lot of stuff crossed off. It's my last night here before we go back to California, which we leave for at 5 in the morning tomorrow morning. It's 4:44 in the morning. 4:45 in the morning. Getting ready to go to the airport, back to Los Angeles. It is the 6th day in the new year, and 2016 is gonna be awesome. First of all, I just like the number 2016. I prefer an even year over an odd year. For whatever reason, that just feels better to me. Apparently the office is disgusting. Well, we knew it was disgusting when we left, in that it was cluttered and dirty on a sort of scrubbing the floor cleaning level. And so I think Beth and Leslie have been chipping away at that this week, but I'm sure have had busy schedules. So I'm going to try to contribute
I heard last night that perhaps the bathroom has been reserved for me to clean, which is fine. I can clean a bathroom. My wife, Christina, doesn't think that I can clean a bathroom, but I can, and I'm gonna prove it today. I think there's a lot of anticipation around 2016, right? Like the presidential election, we know, like we've been hearing for a long time, the 2016 presidential election. Zero 2016, the campaign I work on is about ending veterans homelessness and homelessness for people who have disabilities that we call chronically homeless by the end of 2016. And almost weird that it's here, like we're in 2016. Goodbye 2015. Hello 2016. Is that Beth behind me? Beth drives a Volvo, but she wouldn't be coming this way. The strategy for Zero 2016 in quarter one is all about something we call the by name list. That each community has a list of people that they know are experiencing homelessness in some form or fashion in their community. This quarter is all about getting those lists up and running and solid. I'm in 9 different cities right now, right? And so part of what happens in my brain just like naturally is I start to synthesize like all the experiences and conversations that I'm having in all these cities, and I start to sort of sense themes and commonalities that are happening. And one of those commonalities that I'm sensing right now is that we had this grassroots effort and movement to build what we called coordinated entry systems. And for many cities, that didn't quite fit within a formal structure. And so what's happening now is that those formal structures are wanting to be more involved with that system. And so things need to come together. And it's sort of like mashing all of these like groups and systems and people like me who are working on those systems, all just kind of like running into each other. And it can feel a little chaotic and crazy, but I feel like we're kind of past the like initial like awkward growing pain portion of that, or we're like almost to the end of it, where we're figuring out like, okay, this is what we need to move towards together. This is how we all need to work together. I'm here at the office. Hey, what's up? I was hoping I'd catch you when you went online. Hi, Happy New Year. We are live casting a celebration of 4 communities reaching functional zero. We have champagne over here. Dancing for the virtual audience, and Beth, directors of this initiative.
I don't have much of a speech. I just want to say congratulations, and we're 10% of the way to our June goal. That's exciting.
All right,
we ready?
here's to Rockford, Montgomery County, Arlington, and go for it! Ready? Oh.
All right, it is 6:30 on Friday night. I'm getting ready to leave the office. It's dark outside. It's been a long week, but I feel so good leaving this week. And I just had 2 conversations, one with the group in Honolulu and one with the group in San Diego. And everyone was just so awesome on those calls. Conference calls can be tough. Trying to plan together virtually can be tough. But Honolulu, San Diego, you rock. Planning for the convenings coming up in both cities. Love you guys. Love that happened. That really just like made my week. And maybe that sounds weird because we're having a
planning conversation about an agenda. Thank you. Thank you for making the end of my week great. Every week has ups and downs, right? It just feels good to leave on a moment of joy and excitement on a Friday with 4 communities that have reached functional zero in terms of ending veterans homelessness. Some of you may not have a flying rip clue around what functional zero means, and it might be so boring that no one would be interested. But it's to say that they've ended veteran homelessness. Yes.
Crazy mother.